Alright, so today we're watching TNA Unbreakable, and it's quite a divisive show. The reason for that being, it's obviously a show to capitalize on WrestleMania weekend, and it's also 2 weeks out from TNA's next big pay-per-view, so it's kind of in a weird spot, and also the card isn't as strong because it's not really a real pay-per-view, if you understand what I mean. It's mostly just to capitalize on the momentum of WrestleMania. But I'm not gonna lie, the show really surprised me. It was full of fun action, some entertaining stuff, and it really exceeded anything I've expected for it. So let's get into it. But I won't lie, as much credit as I can give the show, I didn't really like the opening. So we had two triple threat matches. The winners of these matches would advance to the main event to fight for the first ever TNA International Championship. The winners of those matches were Eric Young first and then Steve Maclin afterwards. Really interesting decisions that I really enjoyed. We're going to talk about that later. But this was really the weakest point of the show for me because I didn't really feel these matches. It felt like these were regular TNA matches that you'd get on any episode. And while that is fine for this show, the rest of the matches kind of had a similar vibe, but at the same time, they just uplifted and felt like something more, and this just didn't. But after that, the show really picked up and was really solid. So Moose then defended the X Division Championship in an open challenge, which was accepted by Sidney Akeem, formerly known as Reggie on WWE. But he really impressed me. He's really entertaining, and I do hope they sign him to a full-time contract because I'm really tired of these part-timers or one-off appearances coming into NXT. I mean, coming into TNA. I'm thinking of NXT because lots of NXT talent do that, which is not bad, but I'm just kind of tired of this. But Moose retains the X Division Championship, which is an amazing result. It was a really fun and fantastic match, possibly one of the best matches of the night, but definitely not the best match of the night. We're gonna get to that in a second, just you wait. We followed that up with another match I really didn't feel, but after this, the rest of the show was fantastic. So it was the Hardy Boys versus Santana against Mustafa Ali and the Nemeth Brothers. Another match that you really could have just seen on any episode of TNA. But this was pretty solid. Mustafa Ali and Santana end up brawling to the back during the match, and when the Nemeth Brothers are about to take advantage of that, Santana returns, turns the tides, and the Hardys and Santana pick up the victory. A pretty solid match. Now at the very end of the show, Matt Hardy sends them a drone-like message. It was really weird. You should go check that out. It was weird, but he invites them to a fight at the Hardy compound. God, I'm excited for that. That's gonna be entertaining. That's the type of stuff I live for on TNA. And this also made me realize I'm really hyped for this upcoming pay-per-view. Like, I really want to see this, and while this show is good, that pay-per-view is going to be insane. But let's move on to what I enjoyed about the show. Joe Henry and Masha Slamovich defeat Frankie Kazarian and Tessa Blanchard. This match was amazing. There was a lot of star power here. Like, Frankie Kazarian really isn't a star on his own, but when you put him around other stars, he really looks really good and he makes the best of it. Now, Joe Henry and Masha Slamovich end up winning, which is the right decision. Joe Henry is most definitely going to retain that world championship, but Masha might lose. Like, I'm so confused, like, what's happening with Masha and Tessa? Sheesh. I'm full of mistakes today. Because Masha keeps getting these opportunities and she always stands strong. Because Tessa keeps beating up Masha and standing tall. But then when it comes to these type of stuff, Masha stands tall and holds the championship high. So I'm confused really where we're gonna go, and I really do believe putting the belt on Tessa is the right thing to do. Despite her controversies, I really do think it's the right thing to do to put the belt on her, but they give me such mixed signals, and I've constantly said that, well, this feud hasn't been executed the best. The way they're making me confused on who's gonna win, I really enjoy that. I don't know who's gonna win, man, but I'm hyped for that. And when it comes to Joe Henry, I'm surprised we didn't get Ethan Page on the show, but then afterwards I realized Ethan Page is gonna be at NXT's Stand and Deliver, so he can't be there at all. But overall, pretty good match. I really enjoyed this. And after that, we had a really heartwarming moment with Chris Bay coming out. Man, I love how much respect TNA has given Chris Bay. He's been treated like an absolute legend. Despite not having achieved that much on TNA, he's really being treated as a star, as a legend, and I really love that because he truly does deserve it. He seems like an amazing guy, and I'm happy he's recovering well. I really do believe one day, if he can return to wrestling, there's the perfect story for him to become a world champ. I think he can become the face of TNA if you play your cards right, and it seems like he wants to do that. So, you know, TNA, don't mess this up if Chris Bay can possibly return. And then match of the night, Sami Callihan versus Mons Warner in a barbed wire massacre match. God damn, just go check this match out if you like this type of matches. Go check it out. I quite enjoyed it. I think it was really cool. It was really brutal, man. I don't even know. I can't even show probably most of what happened on this match on this channel because, you know, YouTube's strict with their blood and all. I didn't earn money yet, but like, I don't want to take my chances. So yeah, this was really brutal. Go check that out, man. It was an insane match, but Sami Callihan won. No, not the right decision. Mance Warner should have won because Sami Callihan, he's been here. He's done his stuff. He's been at the top. He's main evented shows. He's had his moment. Mance Warner, I don't see him as a guy WWE is going to pick up anytime soon. So, but I do see him as a guy that TNA can push and kind of make as a monster heel, because I do see some potential there in the main event for him eventually. He really should have won this match. And while I don't think it's going to ruin his character, I don't think he should have lost here. I think a win would have meant a lot more for him than it would have for Sami Callihan. Because realistically, what's Sami Callihan going to do after this? Nothing. What does this benefit him in any way? Nothing. If Mance Warner won, he could easily be one of the next challengers for Joe Henry. I would like to see that. He could be the next challenger for Steve Maclin after his feud with Eric Young. Easily for that international championship. There's a lot you can do with him. For Sami Callihan, there's nothing. Because like, really, are you going to be excited about Sami Callihan versus Moose? Going to be excited about Sami Callihan versus Joe Henry? No, not really. But regardless of the result, I think the match was amazing. Really, just go check this out. This is my recommendation of the match of the night for you. And then in the main event, we had Steve Maclin versus AJ Francis versus Eric Young for the final International Championship Tournament match. Steve Maclin wins the match by pinning AJ Francis. Now, I want to say they booked AJ Francis very strongly in this match. AJ Francis was my pick to win this championship. He didn't end up winning this, but he looked like, I don't know, man. He looked like a star in this match. They really protected him, even though he was the one to take the pin. But it makes sense since Eric Young didn't get pinned, but Steve Maclin won the championship. This is clearly going to build to the next pay-per-view where Steve Maclin and Eric Young are going to face for that belt, which I think is pretty smart. If you had AJ Francis win that belt, he probably wouldn't have had a solid match for it on the next pay-per-view. But Steve Maclin and Eric Young, there's already that built-in rivalry. There's going to be this intensity over the championship. The championship is instantly going to feel important compared to AJ Francis, where I'm sure it would have felt important. But, you know, it's not the same because Steve Maclin already has that feud. Plus, he's a former world champion. He's pretty solid. And this is the perfect spot for him because I don't see Steve Maclin as that main event guy. But as an upper mid-card guy, I can see him being very solid in that spot. And honestly, Eric Young versus Steve Maclin, it keeps getting more entertaining over every week. I'm really excited to see where this goes. And for Steve Maclin, man, yeah, perfect decision to have him win this belt, and the belt looks really good, so I'm really excited to see more of him and this belt together. So if I had to give tonight's show a rating, it would be a 9 out of 10. I can't be too harsh on this show because, like I said, they have a pay-per-view coming up in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm not exactly sure, so they can't put all of their major matches on this card, so you can't really judge them for the match they put on here, but what they did really exceeded my expectation. So what I got versus what I expected really made me happy with the show because I wasn't expecting too much. They had a lot more matches than I even expected. So yeah, let me know what you thought. I thought this pay-per-view was really solid. Like, I really enjoyed it. It was a fun watch. I would really highly suggest watching it if you're just in the mood for some wrestling. So yeah, let me know what you think. Please leave a like, subscribe. We're almost at 500 subscribers. I believe 24 away right now. So let's just push and get there. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye, everyone.